Welcome to Just the Tip Tuesday, Game Tech and Cut Right's weekly 30-minute podcast on all things that you never knew you wanted to know. I'm Mike Edgehouse along with co-host Ryan Smith.
Yep.
We're here to shoot the breeze as always, pretending we are a lot smarter than we are.
Yeah.
Ryan's pretending he's more handsome than he is. Me, I know where I stand. And from there,
Uh,
what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Doing great. Just been working, going like crazy, and but always look forward to shooting the breeze with you and seeing what harm we can do.
We always touch base early in the morning saying like let's do it, and I'm set to do it, and then you're like, all right, I'm ready now, and I'm like, oh, I need to eat. Okay, let's do it before I eat anyway. So we
I,
make it work out.
I know we got families, kids, and we work around our jobs, and I mean, that's
That's
what
why the
everybody else is doing, but
I mean, the
it's
reality is recording a 20 to 30 minute podcast takes about 45 minutes to an hour. And I like this length of podcast to listen to because I
hmm
can do it when I'm dropping kids off at a friend's house and coming back home, like a 30-minute one that has some information on it and stuff like that. So, hey, I wanted to circle back on a reel you sent me. Was it about a week ago? And it was
uh-huh.
a reel about why this guy lives where he lives or does what he does and stuff like that. And in no way am I advocating anybody move to frickin' Idaho. It's full. Just like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation when Cousin Eddie's out there and he's like, shitter's full. Like Idaho's pretty full.
Yeah, we're
Um,
we're pretty much second California now. Just so
wait,
you guys know. I mean,
hey,
second California, we're pretty much the same, so don't
we're
come here.
pretty much the same. Yeah, we're a
Pretty much the
very liberal
same.
state, inclusive, one gender bathrooms, all that stuff. That's what
Oh,
Idaho's about. You don't want to be here.
cats in the high school,
I mean, we even have
litter boxes.
cats and dogs living in the same house. It's complete chaos over here. So let's see if anybody gets that movie reference. Um, anyway, I kind of wanted to talk with you and get your opinion. Like, dude, like, why do you hunt? That's really the question to pose today. That we don't have a lot to share. We got some good stuff coming up. But listener, Ryan, me, why do you hunt? What do you get out of it, man? Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason I sent you the reel, is I was like, man, this guy made it so simple. He's like, I love doing this and this and this, and that's why I live here, right? And
Mhm.
I just thought it was really cool because we have, a world full of chaos and sadness and depression and anxiety and all these things, and I was sent it because I was like, it's really simple. You find what you do, what you like, what you enjoy, and you
Mhm.
freaking do it.
Mhm.
And I don't care what that is. I mean, whatever that is, whatever you find. But for me, and I imagine Mike, it's hunting. We
Yeah.
get out and we love it, and we can't wait to get out the next time we can. We can't wait to uh, go scout. And anybody that's elk hunted or, done some real hard deer hunts or these things, they get at the top of the mountain, they go, what the heck am I doing right now? This is like my butt hurts, my legs hurt, I'm sunburned. I mean, this is just the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because you get back to the truck and you're driving home, and all that suck you forget about because you
Mhm.
just love it, and you come right back. And so the main thing is hunting brings us joy, and that's the simplest answer. And just like that guy lived there for this reason through the Instagram reel because he loved doing these things, I live in Idaho because it lets me hunt the animals I want to hunt. It lets me get, smell the pines, and it lets me get out in nature and do the things that I love to do and enjoy.
I was thinking about all the stuff I do and all the stuff I used to do. And, I used to mountain bike like crazy. I used to ski 150 times a year, backcountry ski, go on these crazy trips and stuff like that. And then, I had always found hunting, but then hunting started to take way more of a forefront for me. And with that forefront for me, it just started to be something that I realized all of the stuff that I did, skiing, biking, etc. It's not that it was replaced by hunting, but hunting became far more valuable to me. And with that, there's a lot of different kinds of hunting, right, dude?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Sorry, my
Yeah.
daughter came down,
Okay.
but uh, yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of hunting, different things to.
Well, when I say kinds, like I even like as you were talking, I was sitting here thinking, I was like, man, I don't always hunt. I mean, but I kind of always am on the hunt. Like even fishing, that's a form of hunting, right? Fly fishing,
Oh
gear
yeah,
fishing, going for pike. My buddy Jake at North Idaho Archery, great bow shop, best one in North Idaho, by the way. If you're going around, dude is a monster bow technician and great selection. Sorry, there's a shout out for my local shop. But he just recently got into spearfishing. I'm like, dude, that's just hunting in the summer, a different form of hunting. It's the pursuit, it's all of that that really kind of fills my cup. What do you think?
no, as you were saying that, I was like, even when I'm not hunting, it's like I'm sitting here watching a show with my wife, and I'm on Camo Fire, I'm on, uh, these different sites, hunting for gear to go hunting.
Well, in even the research I did and stopped about 8 years ago, like I used to, my research was on like the evolutionary consequences of ecological interactions in snakes. There's one for you that'll get your head spinning. And we it was really cool. Found a lot of great data and stuff, but all the research, all of it, everything I did started with a hunt. And I'm not talking a hunt for a deer or an elk or a bear or whatever. I was hunting for snakes. Like I'd go down to the Grand Ronde River, the Yakima River, all these
Hmm.
rivers, and spend, 2, 4, 6, 12 days hunting for snakes. It was always the hunt, the pursuit of fish, the pursuit of snakes, the pursuit of game.
Yeah.
When it comes to big game, man, like I was kind of talking with Kristen about this the other night. Like, it's not necessarily a machismo thing, but boy, I tell you what, you want to talk about having your cup filled because you killed an animal, you field dressed it, you butchered it, and now you're cooking it. Like, you are the penultimate provider for your family if you're able to do that. And
Oh yeah.
and I think it goes way beyond. I mean, I'm a wild game butcher, and I take extreme pride in butchering my clients' animals. I love it, but I think the penultimate provider should have the Cut Right app downloaded on their
Oh yeah.
freaking phone.
Absolutely.
And I think if you are the guy, you're not like our friends Cam or Dan or anybody else that kills 5 elk a year, but you kill your elk a year, you kill your deer a year, butcher your damn animal yourself, right? Like I mean,
Hmm.
take it all into your hands, and you are that ultimate provider. I mean, I don't know outside, like it's part of raising kids. Even like I was going to say outside of raising kids, but like doing that is part of raising kids. Like it just it makes me feel like completely purposeful. Do you know what I mean? Like it
Oh
it
yeah.
really really does.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot there.
Yeah, I
I
know. I
mean,
just unloaded.
and I thought about that same thing when I was thinking about the question. I was like, I like that I can do everything. I can fletch my own arrows. I reload my own bullets. I mean, that's
Yep.
all a part of it, but feeling like if the world ends, then you're going to be okay. And I'm not saying I would be okay, but I'm just like, I'm self sufficient. My family and I can pretty much do anything. And it's a really good feeling.
Hmm.
I mean, and I wouldn't say that's the ultimate reason I do it is to be self sufficient. Like I said, there's so many aspects into it. But
Yep.
like you said, it makes you feel like you're, I don't know, bringing home the bacon like you
You're
did.
you are I mean you by yourself even without that are an alpha male, but boy, it really makes you feel like you are the alpha male. Like you are
Yeah.
providing, you're going out like full caveman. I'm gonna hunt, I'm gonna kill, I'm gonna butcher, I'm gonna cook. I am going to just totally kick ass in life and be the guy. Right. And I
Right.
mean when my kids like Luke in Canada and Griff down here when my kids tell their friends, or like other parents come up to me at hockey rinks or cross country meets or whatever. And they're like, oh, you hunt, huh? Like Griff said, like you guys don't buy moo cow. You don't buy meat. Like it's all you hunt. Like, I mean, there's a huge source of pride there. I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, and it's not
Yeah,
just me. I've taught my kids to do it now too. Like, Luke is better hunter than I am, and Griffin is knocking on the doorstep of that, as you know.
right.
I mean, it's just it's a thing. But I wanted to touch on this one thing. When I go hunting, the most important thing to me, it's not the horns, it's not the size of the animal. It's not the ivories. It's not anything except the meat. That's the most limited resource in my freezer. It's the most limited resource in my home is the wild game that we have frozen. And I got to tell you, that's why we made the switch a couple years ago to initial ascent packs. They simply carry heavy loads more comfortably. Being a professional butcher, when my clients ask me, hey, what should I use? My pack's hurting, my back, etc. It's super important to be able to get heavy loads out of the mountains quickly, efficiently, and comfortably. And then have the wherewithal, because you're not overly sore because the pack's so comfortable, to be able to deal with your meat back at camp, to be able to deal with it at home, to be able to do what you need to do. Maybe your buddy has a tag that you need to go out and help him hunt now. And that's the reason we paired up with Initial Ascent. We started rocking Initial Ascent packs. They have saved my butt more times than I can count. And like I said, being a butcher, the most important thing on any of our hunts, but especially on my hunts, is the meat. And I'm not going to sacrifice my body to pack it out when I have, quite honestly, the most comfortable backpack and frame system that, in my opinion, has ever been produced for hunting. Initial Ascent carry heavy loads more comfortably. So where I hunt is within really reasonable driving distance from where I live, right?
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons I moved to North Idaho. Um, to be honest, I got here before the shitter got full, so I'm good. And I lived in Idaho prior, just in a different area.
Right.
But for the past few years, I've been trying to squeeze in, and I'm really interested in your thoughts on this. Trying to squeeze in, because I am close to where I like to hunt, trying to squeeze in an evening or morning and then come back and be productive at home. And like, oh, okay, you're going, Chris, you're taking Griff out to a movie at 5. Okay, I'm going to go hunt for 2 hours and do that. And I have been lacking on truly immersing myself in the woods, right? And truly going
Mm-hmm.
out and living with the elk or the deer or the bear or whatnot. Like just getting in half day hunts, an hour here. Like, oh, they like that, they're crepuscular. They like that evening time. I'm going to get out there for sunset, and like being out there for half an hour. And I would say if you have a glass, it puts, a quarter of that glass is filled with that. But for me, and I'm really interested in you, that type of hunting has created a lot of anxiety during hunting season for me because I'm always trying to squeeze in an hour here or an hour because I can get to my spot fast. One of my many fast. And this year I said, you know what? I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not going to be in this country on opening day of elk season for the first time ever. So I'm not even going to get out opening day. I'm going to be in beautiful Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Um, and I have it lined out on the calendar. The family knows Dad's gone these 6 days, and I'm going, and I am completely 100% disconnecting because when I've done that in the past, I really feel all the problems, all the questions, all the thoughts of life completely disappear. I mean, I don't have anything in a box I'm pulling out. Like when I'm sitting on a hillside at 2 in the afternoon thinking, all right, I have 3 hours. I don't pull stuff out of boxes in my head that I have them filed away. I just sit there and
Right.
I tried to explain it to Kristen. She's like, well, what do you think about? Like 3 hours for the animals to come out? Like, what do you think about? I'm like, absolutely nothing. She's like, come on. And I'm like, sometimes I don't nap and I don't think about shit. I don't think about anything. Like sometimes I think like, man, I'd really like a dip of grizzly wintergreen right now. Or like, man, this Zin that I have in my mouth, I could really use a new one. But like, it is complete. It's almost being like hypnotized. Like it is so empty in my head And, some of my friends that are listening to that is like, oh, that's a common mistake for Mike emptying his head. Like, it's that old mush brain I'm getting.
His students probably could say the same
Oh God,
thing.
don't read those reviews. But it is, and I feel for me personally, those short little hunts, they don't fill my cup. They don't give me what I need. Like it's the pursuit, it's cool, it's that. But like if I really need a hard reset, because it's like I said, it's been more than a year. Like I need to get in the woods. I need to turn electronics off, and when I turn them on, usually you're the person I text or one other
Hmm.
person, and I just completely disconnect and I am just there. I have zero thoughts. Literally don't think about anything. And what do you think about that? Like the 1 day hunts, the half day hunts versus the full immersion deal?
I mean, the full immersion, you definitely get immersed in the woods, exactly like you're saying. You almost forget anything else exists, right? You're there with those half day hunts, or heading up to the bear bait for the afternoon. It's not quite the same, but I'd say it's still therapeutic for me.
It is
Um,
therapeutic. I've found like when I do those evening hunts, instead of just sitting there enjoying the sunset, listening for a bugle or chirping, trying to get something to happen or whatnot, I find myself like checking email and doing stuff, even though I
mhm.
say I'm not going to, like, because I'm like, oh, I'm just squeezing this in. If somebody needs something, I better reply. Whereas those multi-day hunts, email, nah, I put an auto reply, like, I'm out. I'm like,
I
don't
know.
even try.
I was hunting for a week, and my wife cut her finger off, and I had no clue till I came up the mountain like
Yep.
3 days later.
I mean, but there's just something to be
Yeah.
said about that, about the full immersion, the full meal deal, forgetting everything. And, Dan Staten says it really well. He's like, I do it and I come back a better man. I come back a better father. I come back a better husband. And, our family life over here is super hectic with travel to
Hmm.
Canada and travel to for nationals with Griff and two parents, as you know, that work full time,
Yep.
usually more than full time. And, I think to be a better dad to my son that's still in the home, even the one that lives up there, and a better husband to Chris, and a better butcher and a better teacher and everything, like I need that. Like I
Oh,
fully need that.
no, and I agree. And I mean, we use the word therapeutic, and I mean, there's nothing like just going and turning it off and worrying about you and conquering your goals.
Mhm.
And those hunts are hard. I mean, whenever I've gone for a week, by day 3 you are shot from
So
walking, from
here's the
sleeping on
deal.
the.
Do you experience this when I go on, like, let's say, a 6 day hunt? Day one, I'm amped. I'm like, let's effing go.
Yeah. Yeah,
Day
you're
two, I'm
pumped.
like, okay, let's still go. Ooh, I'm a little sore. I got a cramp in my hammy last night, but let's go. But those first, and I think if you, like, a lot of guys will experience this, and if you're going on your first multi-day hunt, be prepared for this. First day's easy, right? You're
Oh
amped. You're
yeah.
not thinking about your family and stuff. It's about halfway through that second day where I start thinking about home. And I'm like, oh man, I miss Griff. I miss
Yeah, I miss
Chris.
my
And
wife.
it's not that I miss a burger or a stevia cola or Zevia,
Hmm.
whatever the heck it is I drink or anything like that. I miss them. And that lasts honestly till about the end of day 3. And then at the end of day 3, somebody would say something and I'd be like, Kristen who? Like Joey, or like somebody would be like, oh, what's Griff up to? I'm like, Griff? Like, oh, my 10-year-old. Oh, that kid. Yeah. Like it takes it. So I just want the new hunter that's going on their first multi-day hunt. Like you will get that. And for me, it happens halfway through day 2 and lasts to the end of day 3. Like that second night's sleep is so hard for me because I'm missing my wife and I'm missing my kid and stuff. I'm not missing the comforts of home. I don't care about that. But after that, like the end of day 3, buddy, I am full on dirtbag hunter. Like I feel like freaking Jeremiah Johnson out there. Like let's freaking go.
Well,
So and do you
uh,
experience that?
no, no, I was actually going to tell you that's different than me, because I mean, I miss my family, pretty much the whole time. Like first day, I'm excited. Second day, I start missing the hugs from my kids. But
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, I have a goal, and by day 3, I feel like I've put it all on the line by day 3. And the people I hunt with, and, Taylor and my father-in-law, they move a lot. And so, depending on who I'm hunting with and what I'm doing, I can go longer, but usually about day 3 I'm shot.
Yeah.
And so I actually try to plan my trips in 3 days.
Okay.
And so I've done the long week hunts, and I'm like, I think I'm better and I can hunt harder if I do my 3 days. And so I actually, if I'm like, I got 6 days this year to go hunt, I'm going to do these 3 days. And this is just my little, I go, I'll set it up like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so that the pressure from the weekends kind of died down. It's given it Monday, Tuesday to kind of slow
Hmm.
things down, and then I'm there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I try to do 2 of those throughout the month, so that I've got 3 hard days. And maybe I should do a week long hunt and see if like by day 4 I'm kind of just
In a zone.
in a zone, but I'm
Hmm.
so usually so exhausted from the miles I put on. And I know there's people that are like, "Oh, you're moving too much. 18-mile days in the middle of the mountains with no trail is way too much." But, depending on where I'm at, I am walking ridges. I'm moving,
Hey, we
trying to
all have
find
our own
bulls.
hunting style. Like to say your hunting style is wrong, they're not
Well,
walking your shoes, dude. So
well,
like your hunting style's yours.
I'm moving to try finding a bull that wants to
Yeah.
play the game,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
and I have a few places that we can glass, see them in their bedding area, and we head to the bedding area. And if I'm doing that and I'm just hitting the bedding areas that I know and being a little more strategic, I
Hmm.
can hunt longer. But I mean, when I'm on the go, just bugling cow, just trying to locate, moving, I can put a lot of miles
Well,
on.
and I think the benefit of being out there multiple days, you take away the therapeutic benefit that we just discussed. I think being immersed in the woods with the animals you're chasing says a lot. And it says a lot to you on how to chase the animals. Like I found if I do those half day hunts or just 1 day bangers or whatnot, I find myself going to the spots that have historically been productive. And they've probably historically been productive because I go there very often on those hunts, right?
Right,
But I find when I'm there, like I can chase animals. Like I can, Remy has a great term of bulldogging. I'm like, I may bulldog them from a half a mile away and just kind of stay within the realm of following them for like 3 or 4 days, putting on my little gossamer gear, single man tent, sleeping until they make a mistake. Like I know I'm going to stay 800 yards away from these animals. I'm going to bet them. I'm going to hang out with them. I'm going to watch them walk over to food. I'm going to make sure my wind's
uh-huh,
right. Somebody's going to mess up. And when they mess up, I'm right here to capitalize on their mess up.
right.
But those shorter hunts, you don't get that. And, I also, you mentioned a great word. You're like, we have a goal. And I think as fathers, I think it's really important for us to also show our kids, like, if we have a goal, we're not going to sacrifice everything to go after it, but we're going to go after it with everything within reason that we can sacrifice to do
Right.
it. And if our goal isn't met, then usually I'll reflect with one of my kids and talk about why I was unsuccessful or whatnot. But more times than not, the goal's met, right? Because
Well,
you go after it. And I think that's such an important lesson.
well, and that's it. The goal isn't. I mean, the goal is to go shoot an elk,
Yeah.
get meat, provide for your family, and have good food the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, the real goal, I think, is the therapy side of it. Getting out, and Taylor and I always call it conquer the mountain. People
Hmm.
are always like, "How do you do this? You just look beat up. Like you're back. You're going to work the next day after 3 days or 5 days in the woods, and you look more tired than before you left."
Hmm.
And
That means
why
it
do
was a
you?
good hunt.
Yeah, why are you going back? That's the question. Why are you going back? And you forget the crap because all you can think of is in that moment I made the goal to walk up that mountain to that elk. That
Hmm.
was 800 yards straight up, or however far it is. You're sweating, you're clawing in, all fours on the ground as you're climbing,
Hmm.
and you made that goal, you're going up there, and when you get up there, that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling of success, meeting that goal is unmatched. There's
Yeah.
nothing like it. It's just the same thing when you're make a goal with your family to read a book and you finish it and you get to go watch a movie, the movie now with the book. It's an unmatched goal that you accomplished. And with hunting, I think that's just what it is because it's little goals all day that make you feel accomplished. It's like when you finish a fence in your backyard and it's hard and you're tired, and then every time you go look at that fence, you're like, we freaking did that.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you a smile, and that's what hunting is. It's that joy of feeling an accomplishment, feeling doing something hard, and
And you get to relive it every freaking time you eat that animal.
oh,
Like,
absolutely.
and that to me is one of the unsung, like kind of talked about, like every freaking time you eat that animal, you relive that hunt, not just in your head, but usually you talk. I mean, my wife hates hearing about it. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, this one was alive 11 months ago or 15 months ago. She's like, okay, yeah, I get it.
I know.
Like,
Every person come here. That bear pretty good, huh? That
yeah,
bear's real good, isn't it? You love that bear?
100%.
That
Like,
bear is good.
let me tell you about Griffin shot that bear. I got to tell you this whole story, and like people are like, Jesus Christ, we got to hear the bear story again. All right, like so, man, I think that's a great way to kind of wrap up and end it. And like this is such a good. This was actually a therapeutic conversation for me.
Yeah.
So
Well, and everybody that's listening, hunting might not be your thing,
right,
but the things that you love to do them.
do them with a passion.
Do them with a passion, and I think I know a lot of the problems that you have in your life, they don't just go away, but they'll be easier to attack because you're doing things you love.
Absolutely. Hey man, thanks for the conversation
It was
and
fun.
thanks for listening guys. Until next week.
Whether you're deep in the backcountry, field dressing your game, learning to butcher to perfection, or cooking up the meal that honors the hunt, Cut Right is your ultimate guide. Cut Right puts expert knowledge at your fingertips. Master field dressing right on the mountain, learn step-by-step butchering techniques, and discover incredible ways to prepare your harvest. It's not just about the hunt, it's about the whole journey. Download the Cut Right mobile app where apps are downloaded today and elevate your wild game experience.